All right, so we got what's holding Luka Dončić back from his first NBA MVP. This is a video from my guy Mike Korzemba. Anytime that nigga posts, I'm always going to react to it. That's plain and simple. At the time of this recording, we are at 510. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Please and thank you. If you are new, subscribe. I'm here every day or every other day. I don't want to lie. I'm here every day or every other day, but I'm consistent. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Please and thank you. 600 by the end of the year. We pushing big. Let's go. Let's get into the video.
In Game 3 of the 2000.
Hold on. Let me turn it up. Let me turn it up. Let me turn it up. There we go.
24 NBA Finals. Luka Dončić again showed us why fans refuse to fully believe.
Wait a second. Why is my audio captions on? What the fuck? When do I ever play with audio captions?
In him.
They playing me right
As
now.
with just over 4 minutes left in a must-win, Luka attempted to take a charge at the three-point line, was called
Remember
for a
this.
blocking foul, and proceeded to lose his mind.
Remember this.
That's it, he's fouled out. Luka Dončić has fouled out with 4:12 remaining.
The
I remember
comments
that.
of this video are brutal. Bro really tried to take a charge at the three-point line in the finals. Legit looked
Listen
like he was
though.
having a
Listen.
mental-
I'm gonna say this. It's the effort that counts. Because we all know Luka don't play defense. Now, was that a dumbass fucking move? Yes. Dumb. But the fact that Luka tried is showing something because Luka don't play defense. He's really like Harden. He don't play defense. But it's the fact that he tried, I feel like should count towards something. Even though it was dumb. I know it was dumb, but I'm just saying.
Breakdown on the court. It was at this moment that the Dallas Mavericks lost the 2024 NBA Finals. And this was not an exaggeration. Down 2-0, the Mavericks needed to win this game, and they had a chance as they had just gone on a 20-2 run in the fourth quarter, but Luka's foul ruined their momentum. The Mavs lost this game. They lost the finals in 5 games as
Tragic.
the Celtics became NBA champions, and the consensus was Luka Dončić was not ready.
His defensive performance is unacceptable. He is a hole
He
on
don't
the
play
court.
no
They have
defense.
begged him. They have talked with him. They have pleaded with him. He is costing his team because of how he treats the officials.
Now, after a huge lesson on the game's biggest stage, you would think Luka would have learned and come back better, except a video was recently made on Luka's defense titled "One of the Worst Defensive Performances You'll See." This
Yeah.
game was recent and included 2 indefensible plays against the Utah Jazz, where in the fourth quarter, on one play, Luka just stands in place as Colin Sexton walks into
Come
a
on,
wide open
Luka.
mid-range jumper, and then, after a game-tying Klay Thompson 3, Luka again stood in place
I remember this.
guarding a ghost as
I remember
Utah
this.
just simply threw the ball to John Collins for a
Oh my
game-winning
God.
dunk. It's really simple. He is lazy. This is an immediate disqualification of MVP. Performances like these make me want to track if the offensive performance actually balances it out, which we're going to do because Luka Dončić has gone from the NBA's wonder boy. A man
I'm not
who
going-
is one of just
I'm not gonna lie. You hate to see a great offensive player not give any type of effort on defense. Now listen, you have a guy like Stephen fucking Curry. Amazing offensive player. But we don't know, Curry is not known for his defense. But here's the thing about Curry. Curry is going to go out there and try and play defense. Curry is going to play defense to the best of his ability. No matter if he gets matched up with a center, a power forward, or a small forward. He's going to play defense. We've seen it. It's the effort. Like that last clip we just seen, he didn't even try. There was no effort on that. There was no effort. So it's like, if you're going to be a superstar in the face of the league, you got to have effort, bro. And Luka just ain't doing it,
players in
bro.
history to make the first
Same
team
thing with
All-NBA
Harden, bro.
5 times in his first 6
Same
years.
thing.
Someone who just led
About
his
to piss
team
me
to
off.
the NBA Finals end. The only player, along with Oscar Robertson, to average at least 28 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds per game in his first 6 seasons, to now the NBA's most controversial star. Some still see Luka as the future of the NBA. Others believe his complaining and lack of defense will result in a career similar to James Harden, a Hall of Fame
Just said that.
offensive superstar
Yep.
who could never get the job done and win a title. No matter what side you're on, one thing has continued to remain consistent, and that is, unfortunately, Luka's weight gain during the offseason. So what's up, Mike here, and in 2021, we had the headline, "Out of shape, Mavs superstar Luka Dončić admits to issues with weight and conditioning." 2022, Luka Dončić was
Zion?
reportedly playing cards, drinking coke, and smoking cigarettes before Slovenia's loss to Germany.
Michael Jordan?
2023, He needs to lose weight. NBA fans rip apart Luka Dončić for stress eating as a video of skinny Luka reemerged. And finally, August of 2024, simply Dallas Mavericks Luka Dončić appears to be severely out of shape.
Little shove to get that
No,
rebound.
I will say, because, and I say this especially because Luka's sitting over in the West.
At this point,
Bro, Luka, what was that, bro?
there's no denying
What
that we
the
have a
hell?
cycle here, and Luka is paying the price. His numbers across the board for the 2025 season are down. He's averaging 5.8 less points, 1.6 less rebounds, and 2.2 less assists per game compared to last season, and his true shooting percentage has plummeted, going from 61.7% in 2024 to now just 55%, a staggering drop, which means we have to ask the question, are we overreacting here? Will Luka figure this out and go on to become a multiple-time MVP and multiple-time champion? Or is this what we're going to get from him? Is this what we should expect from him? Is Luka Dončić not taking basketball seriously enough to get the most out of his overwhelming natural talent? What's up, guys? With basketball season
An ad's gonna come. I'm letting you guys know that. Hold on.
here, I have
Surprise, surprise.
consistently
Guess not.
been one of Luka's biggest supporters. But that doesn't mean he's above criticism. It's actually because of Luka's unprecedented levels of production at a young age that makes us have to have this conversation. Luka has
Right.
been the obvious best player of his generation when it comes to awards and stats. The four best young players in the NBA today with established resumes, not
Giannis?
super young guys like Wemby, are Jason Tatum, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, and Luka. Among these
Giannis
four,
ain't young no
Luka has
more?
more first-team
I guess.
All-NBAs with better career points per game, assists per game, and rebounds per game. Luka also has more win shares per 48 minutes, the highest box score plus minus, and the highest VORP. Jason Tatum has the championship, the most important award, but an award that is heavily team dependent, especially during the early parts of a player's career where he has no choice at all where he is drafted. Looking at the
Facts.
leading scorers for both teams in last year's 2024 NBA Finals. After Luka and Kyrie Irving, the Mavericks were relying on PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, and Derrick Jones Jr., while after Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the
Yeah.
Celtics had Team USA
difference.
selections in Drew Holiday and Derek White, with all-star Kristaps Porzingis
Big
as
difference,
their
yeah.
best scorer. Quite a mismatch. But in these finals, even though the Mavericks did get demolished 4-1, even though I would say Luka did cost his team Game 3, it was Luka on the stat sheet who was the clear star, even with all of these flaws. Averaging 29.2 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 5.6 assists per game against a Boston Celtics team that in the regular season finished third in defensive rating.
I just think
These are
Luka
the
needs
kind of
help, bro.
numbers, This is the kind of performance that usually indicates
But they got
that
Klay
a
Thompson
young
now, so we gonna see
superstar
what
is
happens.
almost there, that he's about to take the next step, the leap to greatness. And there is evidence that that happens, but again, the evidence here goes both ways. Historically, we have seen certain players take that leap after a performance like this. In the 2007 NBA Finals, we had LeBron's first chance to secure a title under the game's brightest lights only. He shot terribly and averaged just 22 points per game as the Cavs were swept by the Spurs. LeBron was just 22 years old in the 2007 season. He wasn't ready yet, we understand that. What's interesting though is that in LeBron's next crack at the NBA Finals, with Hall of Famers Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh on his roster, a now
There's nothing more powerful than you. Making your thing happen. Really going for it.
Now, 26-year-old Bron still heavily struggled. He averaged just 17.8 points per game, less than Jason Terry on the Dallas Mavericks. It wasn't until LeBron's third trip to the finals where his greatness was fully unlocked. Anyone can say what they want about Luka. We could heap on as much criticism as we want. But at the end of the day, the stats don't lie. And the fact is, he averaged almost 30 points a game in his first NBA Finals trip, meaning he should be on the verge of true greatness. In fact, looking at the playoff numbers of LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Kobe Bryant from the ages of 20 to 24 compared to Luka, we see again, historically, Luka stands out. But continuing on here, when matched up in a battle of young stars versus Anthony Edwards in the 2024 Western Conference Finals, not to mention going against Big Purr, Luka not only
Big
led
Purr.
the Mavs to a 4-1 series win, he was
Crazy
a true
word.
superstar in the process. He averaged 32.4 points, 9.6 rebounds,
Sheesh.
8.2 assists, and 2.2 steals
Great
in those
field goal
5 games.
percentage.
He actually outperformed outperformed Ant in all of those categories, as Anthony Edwards, before that series, was being hyped up as the next Michael Jordan, the next face of the NBA. If everything goes right for Luka, he should be that face. But it's here where we are going to switch things and look at the opposite side of the evidence.
Okay.
Where things can go wrong, and in 2018, James Harden almost broke through and solidified himself.
I'm telling you, like, James Harden is the best comp for Luka Dončić, bro. Literally the best comp. I feel like people have already been saying this, but literally the best comp for this nigga, bro.
Shooting guard of all time. He was seriously that close. In that 2018 season, Harden was named MVP after averaging 30.4 points, 8.8 assists, and 5.4 rebounds per game, while the team he led, the Houston Rockets, brought the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant to 7 games in the Western Conference Finals. The Warriors would go on to win the championship. The Rockets had more regular season wins that year, and they even led Golden State 3 games to 2 before losing both games 6 and 7. If James Harden took that series win, if he cemented a championship in that year, taking down Steph and Kevin Durant in the process, how would we look at him historically? The answer is a lot different. Instead, since that Game 7 loss, he has had a circus act of a career. There's been claims he wore a fat suit to get traded from Houston. He abandoned the big three of Kevin
crazy
Durant and
work.
Kyrie Irving. He called out Daryl Morey in public with this weird clip.
Daryl Morey was a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of again.
James Harden's full potential as a player was never reached, and he has not reached the conference finals since. But looking at this, from the ages of 23 to 30, James Harden averaged 29.6 points
Crazy
per game,
work.
7.7 assists, and 6 rebounds. These were on high-level, high-win Rockets teams,
Yep.
as he also made
And
6
good field goal
first-team
percentage.
All-NBAs in the process, 2 more than Steph Curry has in his entire career. At the end of the day, though, no one cares about overwhelmingly elite stats unless you win championships. That is what defines a player's legacy. And in order to win championships, you need to play both sides of the ball. On offense, James Harden played at the
At least
highest
try.
levels. But here's the thing, his on-the-court, off-the-court stats show us just how much James Harden was hurting his team on the defensive end. As if we compare those same ages,
Like,
look
just
at
try,
Steph
at
Curry
least.
versus James Harden's on-the-court, off-the-court stats. We see Steph had several seasons with net ratings above 15, with a high of 22.6 in 2016, while James Harden never broke a net score of 10. Luka Dončić is unfortunately in this exact same camp. Looking at Luka's career as a whole, Luka's highest net rating has yet to break 10. Last year he did
That's
have
crazy.
9.4, but this season it's down to 4.3.
Shit.
Gilgeous Alexander last year had a net rating of 11.4. This
15?
season he's up to 13.8. And the final
Or 13?
boss, Nikola Jokic, has had a net rating of over 20 from 2023 to now 2025. That is what a true superstar does. Impact his team positively on both ends of the floor. And now, in the 2025 season, Luka's numbers have taken a dip. His weight gain to begin the season, again, was disappointing and undeniable.
I haven't heard shit
I'll say
about
someone
Luka's
who wants to
weight
see
problem.
Luka succeed and dominate, that I wish he treated his body like LeBron does or like Kobe did. It's almost
Interesting.
as if Luka's early success has been proof to himself that he doesn't have to go lift or go through some big cardio workouts throughout the offseason in order to succeed. That just isn't the case. Look at Nikola Jokic. Look at his weight loss. Then look at the success Jokic has had since treating his body like a professional.
Facts.
That is what makes a tremendous difference. We do need to end this video with one hard fact, and that is the Mavericks were counted out last season. After a loss to the Bucks on February 3rd, they were just 26 and 23 and were fighting to stay out of the play-in.
Facts.
At that
Remember
point in
that.
time, it was not crazy to think that Luka was going to demand a trade. Instead, the Mavs became the league's hottest team and reached the NBA Finals in a season where nobody expected them to, and that is because of Luka Doncic's greatness. He is still just 25 years old. The NBA world is at his fingertips. He still has the potential to make a massive leap. What he does next is up to him. Thank you for watching.
Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Do you guys think Luka Dončić will win an MVP and win a championship? I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but we shall see. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We're out of here.